Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different to what you're usually used to in regards to content on this channel, but today we're getting into MFL. Now what is MFL? It basically is you get to own your own football club, you get to do a lot of things with your different players, obviously play games, manage games, and things of that sort of nature. So this video is basically going into what I'm going to be doing with my club. I'm going to be basing it sort of like a Road to Glory sort of type series. It's quite a limited budget of what I have done. I will obviously just be open and honest that they have given me the club and a couple of packs. So yeah, I'll show those in good time. But yeah, we're just going to go into a little about how to play a game and what sort of mechanics are within it also. And you may be wondering, what do I need to get started to run my own club there? So right now, you will obviously need to own a club pack, which essentially just gives you the club and the licensing rights for that. I believe it will just be a random club for any one of these countries as well. And you can see there you're hitting about $80, but once you have it, you own it for life, so you don't need to worry about, oh, I need to buy another one for next season, for example. You have it for life, as well as the players also up until obviously they're inusable and unusable, I should say. So like retired, for example. And if you do like what you see, guys, in regards to MFL and you want to try signing up and joining up and trying it out, I will leave a link in the description below, so make sure to use that. It'll benefit us both, and you'll benefit after you spend up to $25 on packs or players. So yeah, it's obviously an added extra there if you do choose to do it. But anyway, let's get into the club. We have here Capstars FC. I like the little badge here as well. I think it looks quite neat, quite fresh. So yeah, that is going to be it. I've done Perth, Australia because I had to pick a random place and I used to live there for several years. So yeah, that's what I wanted it to be. So anyway, in regards to the club itself, we're going to get into the players I bought in, the players I had packed, and players from free agency, and I'll try to the best way I possibly can with my limited knowledge of the game so far, best describe what it means and how you can go about particular scenarios in the game. So, but yeah, we're going to go with let's go with the team in general. I'll show you the squad. So we've got the players here, as you can see on screen. They are a combination of, like I said, essentially loans or free agents, and also that of buying and packed players. So Hidalgo starts here, and Hidalgo is actually my first ever packed player. Not too bad, 6'6", 25 years of age, which age is important on this game. Again, we'll get into that later on. At 61 overall, so not too bad. The next player I've got here is going to be Pervu. Romanian, 6'4", 26 years of age. And you can see here, he's not owned by myself. It goes into the free agency and what you can do with that, and I'll discuss later on in the video. In regards to defenders, the top defenders here are going to be Jacobo Cruz here at left back, Dominic Patterson at centre back, Taski at right back, and also Dejan basically as centre back. So that's basically it, and a couple of obviously backups. I do need to get a player or two yet, so we'll see how we go for that. Midfielder wise, again here Moyano's here at the cam position. We've also got here Leme at CDM, Crawford at left mid, Hermanson at right mid, and we'll again go into the players and the tactics soon. And then my main striker here is going to be Simeon Mitroy. Just picked him up recently. Again, actually bought him today. So, yeah, quite happy with that. 28, not too bad. Obviously, not the best, but not too bad. Just as a little stopgap, at least for the next season or two. And essentially, guys, this is obviously my team. We're rocking a 4-2-3-1. We've got a couple of, obviously, like I'll show you here in regards to positions. We've got quite a few strikers there. I'm trying to free agent some out or some loan some out, so we'll see how that goes, and a couple other players in between. As you can see here, 3 lots of centre backs, 2 lots of left backs, 2 lots of right backs. So I'm trying to cover everything because fatigue is a big factor in this game and something that you have to consider when and if you are considering playing this game, of course. Now, how do you add players? You can do it one of 3 ways. You can do the first one is obviously by packs. Obviously, the better the pack, the more expensive it's going to be, but the better the outcome. But probably when you're starting, you're probably going to want to go for like a cheaper pack like this one here. As you can see, you get 2 players, but there's a high chance that they're going to be common, which is the lowest rarity. Then obviously goes into limited, uncommon, rare, and legendary, as you can see on screen there. I personally, if you wanted to start, I'd probably just avoid these for the time being because I feel like you can get a bunch of players for $1, $2, $3 to really just build up the club. And then when away you feel comfortable and you sort of learning the mechanics of the game and just learning how it goes and how to play this player and that player and how to do tactics, I should say, then I'll probably get into more packs just for the bit more of the fun element of it. The second way is going to be that of the secondary market or the marketplace that you see on screen here. So I can look at obviously any sort of particular rarity. Obviously, again, guys, depending on the rarity, depends on sort of the price range you're paying for. So let's go for, let's say you wanted to bring in a limited card. So we just put that down to the filtering there. And I wanted, let's say, the highest possible rating in regards to limiteds. Now, the rarities and the ratings work very similar to that of FIFA. So in FIFA, it's like 64 and below is bronze, and then 65 to 74 is silver, and then vice versa. It's very similar to that of MFL. The great upside to that of MFL is that your players can actually progress, so they're not one stagnant card, and these are all underlying stats for each individual player which are hidden. So obviously you'll never know, a player's potential true growth, but obviously you can take a sort of stab in the dark with it in regards to seeing how he's progressed before in previous seasons or in the last year or so. But let's say I wanted to go for the likes of Enriquez. As you can see here, he's 29. And yeah, that's not the best in regards to growth like it is obviously in real life. So I found another player here as well, of that of Truls Jorgensen. Now, he is someone who is retiring very soon. You can see that with the calendar caution sign, as you can see next to the player. But they do give you, I think it's 3 seasons. Yes, it says here, so he's 29, and upon turning 32, he will obviously retire, in which case will be no longer a usable player. So obviously they give you quite a fair warning. But let's say I wanted to find somebody who was more going to be more of a prospect, someone I can develop and growth over as the course of time of my club. We can put age range there of 20. Now, these are going to be everyone that are under 20 years old. Now, obviously, as you can see here, the prices fluctuate when they are a lot younger, obviously, because they can develop a lot further. So you'd have to sort of play around with it, see how you feel and see where you feel most comfortable. But let's say you can even put maybe up here that your price range, let's say, is about $15, and we don't have any particular position that we're looking for. But let's say we are looking for a centre forward here, Ralph Conway. So he's 19 years of age. Decent little stats in regards to his overall as well. And 5'9", centre forward, plays right mid also. So, like I said, because I'm new to the game, I don't know what the meta is, I guess you can say. I'm not sure what the best sort of stats to look for particular positions is or are. So, yeah, have to see how that goes. You've got a progression bar there also, last sales, and then just the stats radar and his current contract with the current team he is at. But obviously, at 19 years of age, he's got a lot more room for improvement as a 59 overall, as opposed to the 64 overall, who was at 29. The third and final way you can actually obtain players are through the free agent scouting section of MFL. Just to dwindle it down again from what I've learned so far and learning it, obviously you've got your filters here. So let's say I'm looking for a striker. Okay, I need a nice striker up front. Okay, you can go only primary position, which essentially means that player is just, that is their main position. They don't play left mid, and they can play well at striker. That's what that essentially means there. Also, you want to do is just the free agents, because these are people who are available to pick up right here, right now. Whereas opposed to if I was to go for someone who's free agent next season or under contract, they're not available till season 6 or season 5, I should say. In regards to these players at the moment, they are free agents, contract availability open right now, and we have to do, because I'm starting from a fresh new club, you start at the very bottom division, which is the ice division. So I like to click that, and you can also do auto accept, which essentially you get an answer. You can do it here and now, whereas accept it straight away, no ifs and buts about it, as long as you meet the criteria for that particular agent. What is a free agent, or who is a free agent, you may ask? Well, for example, you got Boozid here, who is owned by somebody called Spinos. Now, Spinos has obviously bought this guy. He may have developed this guy to a point where he's now a 65. So now that's basically what a free agent is. So my players that I bought or I have packed, I'm the agent of those players. So obviously with Spinos, instead of deciding to maybe sell him, he's thinking of, right, I'm wanting to free agent this guy out or loan this guy out essentially to a club to meet my certain criterias. Now, what are those criteria? Obviously, this is highly dependent on what the agent is asking for, essentially. But you can see here, it says all on the screen here for, what was his name again? There, Boozid. We got Boozid, and it says, obviously, in regards to the ICE, that means the lowest division that agent's willing to accept, you have to be a minimum of ICE level. So, obviously, which we obviously meet there. He is also asking that you have to give over 5% of your winnings, okay, which I'll try to get into in a minute. I didn't want this to really be an explanation video, but I'm just trying to help anybody out there who is looking to obviously join. But yeah, he says 5% that he wants of your overall winnings at the end of the season, which you are guaranteed rewards. And again, we'll get back into that later. But you also have to meet the minimum appearances of 15% there. So it means that Boozid has to play minimum of 15 games in the season, or if he doesn't meet those 15, he gets an extra 3% bonus on top of that. So meaning overall, if you don't meet those 15 games, he will get 8% bonus at the end of the season for all your MFL coins. I hope I explained that all right. I know it can be a little bit daunting and a little bit overbearing at times. I know I felt that at the start, but once you get used to it after 5-10 minutes, it's easy. And again, guys, if you have any questions, comment below. I can help. I can try help as much as possible, or private DM me there on Twitter at Capital Sorare. But anyway, let's get more into the club and what is actually happening. So we are actually, playing in Division Ice, like I said before, in League 110. Now, I don't think the league matters. I think there's just a bunch of leagues within this league. As you can see there, 113. I don't think you have to climb it. I believe it is just the whole, once you're doing the playoffs in Ice, you play in the playoffs, and then you can potentially go to the next one, which I believe is Stone. So let's get more into Capstars. So obviously, in regards to the season, there are 12 teams in each division. Sometimes there's 11 if there is a lack of teams, in which case you would just get a bye. But as you can see here, we've got our first set of games here till the end of the season, which looks like it finishes on April 16th, as you can see there. But my first game here is against Cardiff City, MFC, I believe it is. So that game is going to be that of tomorrow. Tonight, actually, as the time recording at 7 o'clock. So exciting times for me. If I can record these games, brilliant. I'll try to get my live reaction on them. If not, I'll try to record these for future episodes. And yeah, we'll see how we get on that way. Even if you can always watch the game afterwards as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes for our first ever game in the Ice League. Might bring in another player or two. Really depends on where I feel like are the weak points, but yeah, we'll get into that later on anyway. So hopefully it is 3 points for us for our first ever game tonight. It's highly anticipated for me. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really loving this game at the moment. It is really good. It's almost like a more basic, chilled out version of Football Manager, like you would like Football Manager or being a manager within FIFA, for example. It's not fully in depth. You have to worry about the basic of things like fatigue and things like that. There's no real, whereas Football Manager is more like, have to worry about the morales and things like that. So there's a lot less for that. So it's a lot less stressful when it comes to that. So, but yeah, overall, I'm just really enjoying MFL. So again, guys, I will just reiterate, if you are enjoying the video, if you can like for me, that'd be brilliant. And also, again, if MFL does interest you in any way, shape or form, make sure to use that referral link in the description below. But I think, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I can't see much more to explain. I am sorry if I have, maybe confused you more than I needed to there, or gone a bit more in depth than what I wanted to there. But like I said, you can message me on Twitter or tweet me or just drop me a DM of some sort or whatever you need to do, or drop a comment below. I'm here to help and just give you the best advice I possibly can on the limited knowledge I have on this game so far. But again, guys, if you do like what you see, like, comment and subscribe and all those good things, hit the referral link below. But I'll see you when I see you in episode 2, and hopefully we've got ourselves a win or two. I'm excited. I hope you're excited to join me along this journey. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. And just a reminder guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload.